uh, Biology Part 111. The subarachnoid space is filled with cerebrospinal fluid. This acts as a shock-absorbing layer, distributing shock forces over a wider area. The third membrane is pia mater. It contains numerous small blood vessels which supply the underlying nervous tissue. Interestingly, the nervous system often requires metabolic protection as well as the mechanical protection. For example, although the human brain accounts for more than 20% of the body's consumption of glucose and oxygen, it cannot store these substances. Furthermore, it is unable to tolerate high concentrations of other chemicals normally present in blood plasma. Accordingly, the passage of substance to the brain is regulated by the blood-brain barrier. This shows the cross-section of a blood capillary passing through brain tissue. As you can see, the endothelial cells overlap so that the walls of the capillary lack the characteristic pores found in other tissues. In addition, brain capillaries are surrounded by processes feet which arise from the glial cells called astrocytes. Up to 85% of the total capillary surface that may be covered in this way. The blood-brain barrier prevents or reduces the transfer of certain substances not involved in the brain metabolism. Well, it also includes some proteins, such as proteins, lipids, and urea as well, and the antibiotics too. On the other hand, the substances needed by the brain, such as glucose, oxygen, sodium ion, and potassium ion, pass through very rapidly. Sense organs. Next, we consider sense organs, and as we talk about sense organs, we start talking about the receptor cells. To obtain information from its surrounding, the nervous system relies on many different kinds of sensory cells or receptors. Each receptor responds to one particular type of environmental change called a stimulus and produces a corresponding pattern of nerve impulses which passes to the CNS. The different types of receptor cells are named according to the stimulus for which they are specialized. The photoreceptors are stimulated light, chemoreceptors by chemicals, and thermoreceptors by changes in the temperature, and mechanoreceptors respond to the physical stimulus such as touch, pressure, stretching, or vibration. Some of these receptors, like the sensory cells of the eyes, ears, and skin, are located near the outside surface of the organisms, where they monitor changes in external environment. Collectively, they are called exoteroceptors. The internal receptors or interoceptors respond to the internal stimuli such as blood pressure and changes in the chemical composition of blood plasma. They play a vital role in the nervous control of homeostasis. The proprioceptors include muscle spindles and the parts of the inner ear concerned with the balance. They provide information relating to body position and movement. Well, the Pacinian corpuscles, which acts as a touch pressure receptors in the skin. The sensitive part of corpuscle is located at its core at its modified terminal of the sensory neuron. Rapid changes in pressure are transmitted across the membrane of the capsule into the core, causing an increased permeability of sodium ions. These flow inwards to give a depolarization in the receptor potential or generator potential. If the depolarization exceeds threshold, then nerve impulses are initiated.